Hello.
Hey guys, just a pointer here. I am going to be pretty critical in this video. I'm taking a look at this guy's opinions on the VPNs that he is talking about. I may get into the nitty-gritty about why these VPNs aren't really good for the customers. So I don't want to seem too critical in this video because this is a fellow YouTuber and he does have some pretty cool tech reviews on cell phones. But I don't really think he's quite the VPN expert that I am. So let's find out what the truth really is.
I'm checking out this video today called Top 3 Best VPN Services of 2018. Now this guy is a kind of a tech person on YouTube. Doesn't really seem to be a big VPN reviewer or too knowledgeable about VPN. It seems mainly pretty well versed in cell phones and gadgets. Mainly cell phones though. But yeah, anyways guys, let's go ahead and check out his video. See if he has any interesting VPNs to recommend, and I'm going to give you my insight on if these VPNs are worth using. So let's check out this video.
Show you 3 different alternatives for VPNs currently right now on the market, show you what they do. I will also jump on and just give you a very short tutorial on each of the 3 so that you can see which is the most user friendly for you, and of course pricing, etc. I will leave links to all 3 in the video description below, so if you are interested in any of them after this review you can go through and check them out. And I have right now 3 of the best prices for these specific 3 VPNs, brilliant discounts across the board. But before we get to all of
one thing I do want to point out already, he says very specifically the 3 best prices for these 3 specific VPNs. He does say they are good prices, but again, you're gonna have to keep that with a grain of salt because just from looking ahead at his list already, I know there are cheaper VPNs out there with similar feature sets.
that, let's talk a little bit about what they do and why you would use them. Right, so the possible reasons why you might want to use VPNs are as follows. 1, to unlock geolock content. Let's take me, for example, I'm from the United Kingdom. If I wanted to go to America or go to France or Germany or China, or could have gone forever, certain content that you would like to watch, for example, is only available in the United Kingdom. It will work out that you are not located in the United Kingdom and it will block the availability of those specific programs. Number 2 is for security. So basically what a VPN will do, it will encrypt all of the data that you are viewing online. And in my personal opinion, one of the main reasons why I use a VPN is, of course, when you are out using public Wi-Fis. Now, public Wi-Fis by their nature are very insecure. Some of them don't have passwords, for example, and you will often get hundreds of people all on that one Wi-Fi, and it's an easy way to basically steal your data. So it basically protects you against hackers and trackers and all sorts of people spying on what you're doing and keeping you safe and secure as much as possible anyway. It also, currently with the whole net neutrality business going on over the last few months, we are led to believe that ISPs will start now, especially in the United States of America, will start throttling speeds due to what you're watching. Certain programs, certain software that you are actually using, in layman's terms, they can decide what speeds to provide you with if the activity that you are taking part in online isn't one of the selected partners that the ISP has. So if you use a VPN, the ISP can't see what you're doing and therefore won't be able to necessarily throttle you based on that. There are a few more reasons, but they are the main ones. So without further ado, let's get...
I'd say this is a pretty good, simple reasons for why to use a VPN. A couple of other reasons that people really use VPNs are for P2P downloads and for torrenting. A lot of people like to protect their anonymous IP while torrenting. Not only that, but sometimes people use VPNs to just get a new IP browsing a website, stop aggressive ad tracking and stuff with internet browsers. Additionally, people like to use VPNs to get around censorship and blocked websites worldwide. You see that a lot in China. A lot of people are struggling to use VPNs, but in Russia and other places, a lot of stuff is kind of restricted and people are using VPNs, especially in Egypt as well. A lot of these countries are trying to restrict VPNs, but a lot of VPNs are coming out with updates to remain working for users. So I would say those are some additional reasons to add on to this guy's reasons why to use a VPN.
Of my personal favorites at this moment in time. Right, so the first one is one called Pure VPN. And one of the main reasons why I like Pure VPN is there are over 750 servers which are located in
So starting off right now, one of his main reasons is that PureVPN has a lot of servers, 750 servers in 140 countries. Now that is a lot of countries, but it's not actually that many servers. You're going to find more server options from a couple other VPNs out there like Torguard, Private Internet Access, for example. Some other VPNs like ExpressVPN even have more servers. But PureVPN, definitely not what I would consider a top-rated VPN. I'm going to put just a little picture right here. Basically, some of my problems with PureVPN are that setup can be really clunky. Speeds aren't really that great. Additionally, doesn't always work with Netflix. There have been cases with a weird reputation, in cases where they gave over logs. When I was first checking out PureVPN though, I had a hard time with their customer support. It was really a pain in the ass to get good customer support and actually get my refund. But yeah, slow speeds. And PureVPN does collect some logs like connection length and bandwidth usage. So they do collect some logs as well. So I mean, there are plenty of reasons not to use PureVPN. Let's go ahead and see why he is recommending it as his #1 VPN.
Over 140 plus countries. And the great thing about PureVPN, no matter what package you actually choose, you can get access to any of those servers. Another great thing about
That's not a great thing about PureVPN. Every VPN lets you do that, except for free ones mostly.
VPN is completely unlimited bandwidth, so you can download, you can stream, you can do anything you possibly want, and you can get it all on that one fixed price. And
this kind of just shows this guy doesn't really know what he's talking about in terms of VPNs. Pretty much every VPN out there offers this, so it's not really like a feature to brag about per se.
there are absolutely no data caps whatsoever. Also, and this is a fairly unique feature, is split tunneling. So you can set it up so you can send some information to the VPN and some information to your ISP. So if that is something that you're interested in, again, this has it. Just to refresh, when I say ISP, I am referring to Internet Service Provider. Also, there is 24-hour customer support, and I'm going to quote them and not me. So if you have any problems, don't blame me. On their website, it does say, day or night, rain or shine, PureVPN's friendly support representatives are...
You know, he can give you with a caveat, like saying if you don't get good support. But yeah, like I already mentioned, I didn't really get good support with my refund policy, PureVPN.
always there live. So if they're not, let me know and I'll do that. Right, a few more things. P2P enabled, access any website, dedicated streaming servers as well. So if you are into streaming, for example, there are actually optimized servers for that specific activity. And again, that's quite a unique thing that not all VPNs do. P2P...
I mean, most VPNs have servers that are close by your location, and they just work pretty good with torrenting. I could guarantee that PureVPN didn't give me the fastest torrent speeds, really. I could guarantee that for a fact.
Protection. With PureVPN, you can connect up to 5 devices on one account, another very handy thing. And as part of the software, it is actually military grade 256-bit encryption. There's a NAT firewall, which also provides like an...
See, this is why I have problems with videos like this. His video, it's not really reviewing anything unique about it. He's just pretty much reading the web page and their copy. Of course, everything here makes it sound like the best VPN, right? But you gotta have a reference point to compare what these features are compared to other VPNs. Now, pretty much every VPN out there nowadays has 256 AES encryption. It's not something that's super special, right? And, you know, there you go.
An added layer to stop hackers and ad blocking as well. So desktop application, mobile applications, browser extensions, you can put it on the router. You can also add it to TV and Android boxes, for example, like I've already mentioned, and gaming consoles as well. Boom. So this is a really good feature-rich VPN. Right, so if you jump onto PureVPN, you kind of get to choose which mode you want to use. So we've got stream, we've got internet freedom, security and privacy, file sharing, and a dedicated IP as well. And again, that's quite a unique feature. Not many VPNs actually give you specific modes within the VPN.
That is true. Not a lot of VPNs give you those specific modes, but that's because they don't really need to. When my experience with PureVPN, I was kind of trying to figure out, you know, which kind of mode do I want to use and for what purposes. Additionally, it's kind of hard to find out exactly what is different between each mode. There's not a ton of detail explaining, you know, how each mode offers you a different experience. You know, does it lower encryption? Does it change protocols? These are questions the app doesn't really address, but it kind of does under the scene. But at the same time, you're not really quite sure what's going on. I don't know what that coughing bit was about.
Sorry. They just basically say which countries you want to connect to, and that's that. So once you choose the mode, you then go on and you can either choose between countries or cities. You just click and it will then connect to that specific server and you are good to go, nice and secure. There is also a gravity mode, which is in beta at this moment in time, but it's something that I haven't actually personally tried.
I can guarantee this guy doesn't even use PureVPN. He doesn't seem like the type.
And I will go into a bit more detail hopefully in a future video. And another big reason why I chose PureVPN this time as well is because it is one of the easiest VPNs to use. You don't really have to necessarily be techie in order to be able to sort of work it out.
Another thing, I don't really think any VPNs really are that complicated nowadays. Now, granted, some VPNs like Molvad, AirVPN, some of their interfaces are a little bit outdated, maybe not as user-friendly, but you know, pretty much every top, most popular VPN out there has pretty good, easy-to-use interface. What really sets a VPN apart is some of the features. Now, your VPN does have some of these like features, but again, they really don't perform well in terms of speed and you know how the app performs, as well as some of the other things that I mentioned already.
So the second VPN out of the three is NordVPN. Now this is a really popular one. For the main reason is because it's based out of Panama, and the reason why people like that fact is because in Panama there is no mandatory.
So with NordVPN and all these VPNs they use the space of location as like a selling point, right? If you see a VPN saying, you know, we're a good VPN to use because we're based out of Panama, we're based out of so-and-so, British Virgin Islands, so wherever, you always got to treat this with a grain of salt. And that's because, in my opinion, the 14 Eyes is just kind of like a marketing tool used by VPNs. With the VPN, you got to think about the features and the speeds and the pricing. Don't think about things like base location.
Data retention law. Right, so again, with NordVPN, some of the benefits are DNS leak protection, strictly no logs policy again, automatic kill switch, onion over VPN as well, which is a fairly unique feature again with VPNs. You can also jump through 2 different servers for added protection as well, and it's available on multiple platforms as always: Windows, Android, Mac OS, iOS, on Chrome and Firefox as well. Again, the customer service is very good with NordVPN, and you can add up to 6 different devices, so it's one more than the other 2. Now again, with this one, you've got a simple switch at the top that you can click to go to connect, and that will do the last one that you've done. You've also got a country list on the top left hand side. Under the menu section, you've got a kill switch, which again you can switch on and off. And when you're on the app, as you can see from all the different countries, there are little pins where the servers are, and you simply just click on that specific pin in that country, and it would then provide you with different servers, and you simply connect that way. Very easy to use. Right, so finally we have Ipvanish.
So you can kind of see from this video already that the way the video is kind of laid out is that most of the video focused on PureVPN is the one he really wanted to sell his audience, and then of course these other 2 are just kind of tacked on as well. I'm not really quite sure from this video why PureVPN got rated above NordVPN, in that NordVPN has you know, one additional connection maybe, but I didn't really see any mention of price anywhere in this video for NordVPN or PureVPN. And why do you think that is? Well, the reason is that PureVPN is $10.95 a month and NordVPN is $11.95 a month. So this is pretty expensive. Third VPN he's going to recommend, Ipvanish, is actually pretty affordable at $10. This is not a bad VPN. But the first 2 VPNs, for you know the amount of features they have that other VPNs have, is just too expensive. So PureVPN and NordVPN pretty much share every single feature with Ipvanish, but they're just more expensive overall. The one thing that they might work better with is Netflix, but again, there are better, cheaper options out there for Netflix. So in terms of this list being the 3 best VPNs, already we've seen a lot of problems manifest. Alright, here it comes, the pricing. This is what I was waiting for.
PureVPN, and it is $2.48 if you take up the 2-year option, so it's billed at $58.
Never take 2 to 3 year subscriptions. I hate when people recommend this. You don't know what this VPN is going to be like in 2 to 3 years. Maybe 2 to 3 years you don't even need a VPN. Maybe in 2 to 3 years you're dead. Never sign up for this long of a commitment plan. The price may look good per month, but actually it's not really that good. It's still $50. Why not spend, you know, 6 months, get a $15, $20 subscription? It's just a safer option here. What I really recommend is looking at the $10.95 pricing here, guys.
So
you know, any VPN, if you look at this long subscription plan, it's going to be cheap.
$2.48 a month. It's an amazing price for what it is. Then we're going to jump onto NordVPN. The link below is $2.75 if you sign up to a 3-year deal. Obviously you can sign up to just...
Yep, of course he's talking about the 3-year deal. What about this bad boy? $11.95. Who do they think we are? Bill Gates?
A month. They do have lesser options. Obviously though, they will come out more expensive for the shorter term ones, but again, that is your decision, your choice. And finally we jump onto Ipvanish. Now this is the most expensive out of the 3, but it is still...
Well, that's not true. 1 month is actually cheaper. It's around $10 usually. And of course, maybe 3 years or whatever might be more expensive, but we don't want to be purchasing those plans anyways. Ipvanish is the most affordable out of all of these options here. All right, well, let's wrap up this video. What VPNs do I think are better? Well, go ahead and check in the comments down below. 3 options. That's going to be the good, the better, and the best. So the good VPN option will be Ipvanish. He mentioned that in this video. It did get caught collecting logs in previous ownership, but it is quite a decent VPN with good security features and a good mobile app. It's also affordably priced at $10 a month. Some of the bad things about Ipvanish though are it doesn't really support Netflix unblocking. However, it does have fast speeds and a decent reputation, and the company behind it, Highwinds, isn't really, that circumspect. Anyways, guys, what is the better option? The Tier 2 VPN. Well, that's going to be private internet access as well. Now, private internet access might have a sketchier reputation than Ipvanish, with some of the things being questionable that they do, having Roger Ver in the advisory board and hiring, Mark Karpeles. A lot of people argue how important this is, but that's really just up to you. Now, they're really good because they're only $6.95 a month, cheaper than every single VPN that this guy mentioned. You can get a VPN subscription for $30 a year, which is a lot cheaper than any other VPN he was talking about. So if you want that cheap VPN, private internet access is going to be your go-to. They also include a free proxy included with a subscription, just like Ipvanish for torrenting, which is really awesome. It's really fast, has tons of servers, and so on. Has every single feature that this guy mentioned with these other VPNs, namely except they don't really work with streaming and Netflix services. Now, what is going to be the best VPN option for you to use? Well, that's going to be TorGuard VPN. TorGuard also supports Netflix access. Now with TorGuard VPN, you're going to be able to watch Netflix for only $9 a month if you use the code BEST10VPN. Now this code is pretty much permanent forever, making TorGuard better priced than any other Netflix VPN out there. So you saw PureVPN and NordVPN and even ExpressVPNs, VPNs that are commonly known to work with Netflix perhaps, are $10.95, $11.95, and $12.95 respectively, which is more expensive than just $9 a month. Not only that, but TorGuard also has the most security features, has a ton of stealth VPN options for users in stealth countries, and additionally their live chat and is super good. Unlike PureVPN, which customer support I think is clearly lacking. Now, so TorGuard also has 5 simultaneous connections, mobile apps, and all those kind of things like this guy mentioned with these applications. But really, I think that their game changer is probably their live chat, their affordable pricing, and their app, which has a tons of robust security features. Now, like I said, they have that stealth VPN through Tunnel Protocol, OpenConnect, and stuff like that. So that's going to be super useful if you're at a school or a firewall that's restricting your VPN access. It masquerades it as HTTPS traffic, which means you can get around these restrictive firewalls. I think that's really a unique feature that TorGuard has that some of these other VPNs don't really pay attention to. They also have those dedicated IPs, which work really good for torrenting. Now, PureVPN does offer these dedicated IPs as well, and NordVPN is some kind of like dedicated shared IP system within the app, but it doesn't work quite as well in my opinion. Not only that, guys, but TorGuard also has just as many servers, and it also has the fastest speeds out of any of these VPNs I've tested. So if you really value speed, security, and pricing, I think you should check out TorGuard VPN down in my description down below. So this is just a comparison between this guy's top 3 VPNs being PureVPN, NordVPN, and Ipvanish, whereas mine are TorGuard, Private Internet Access, and Ipvanish. Let me know what you guys think of this video down below. Now, I don't want to be too critical of this guy because he's just giving, his opinion, and he's obviously mainly a cell phone reviewer. So of course he's just kind of taking a look at these websites and reading off some of the advertisements. Probably not doing that much testing, just kind of picking some of the top 3 popular VPNs out there and giving it a go. Anyways, guys, thanks for checking out this video. My name is Tom Spark.